nothing I can say.
There's nothing I can say to make you believe. Yeah. Man, ain't nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say to make you believe. To make you believe. What if I told you that I was the son of God? Would that be easy to believe, or would you make it hard? And I finally learned the difference between wise and smart. When I say we bless people, they say times is hard. And all I can tell them is they ain't never lied. Reincarnated, I'm back like I ain't never died. Man, I won't say it if it can't be verified. Niggas say they soldiers, when war starts, they terrified. I'm about to let it ride, bringing back the pride of black skin, cause they ain't got a clue what's happening. And we still being punished from back then. How we gon' make a change when we too busy adapting? Buckle your seatbelts, make sure you strapped in. They showed us the trap, so now my people trapped in. Cause everything we wanted to be, they said we couldn't be it. I told them we was chosen people, they just couldn't see it. Yeah. Yeah. And it ain't nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say to make them believe. To make you believe. Keep hearing footsteps in the dark, and my dogs gon' bite while the rest of y'all barking. Moving at the speed of light while y'all parking in that water with sharks. I ain't scared, I'm a dolphin. It ain't no talking, boy, we all action. Trying to build a nation, but them hoes is distracting. With that twerking on the pole in the back bins. Put on some clothes, set some goals, we can rap then. And we ain't never been the same since the crack came. Selling poison just to give it to the Jack name. They promote the lifestyle through the rap game. Flood the hood with it, then tell you it's a black thing. They really need God, but they call idols. How these gents 14 with assault rifles? They waiting for better days. Now can I paraphrase? Niggas will kill their own brother for a pair of J's. And it ain't nothing I can say. It's nothing I can say to make you believe. To make you believe. Let me say it anyway.
Hey, what's going on is real. Y'all about you to stop. No, that was Shamal. I was shy. What's going on, Israel? We got a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring it out tonight. We're gonna talk about the devil's fate, man. First, we're gonna learn who the devil is and what his fate is in the earth. And it's going down, man. But first of all, wherever I go, man, I hear black folks, man. I hear us talking about we standing in solidarity with Ukraine, and it's so messed up what's happening in Ukraine. And I see black folks giving so much love to Ukraine. Let me tell you something, man. Save that love and hold that love for that brother who's a squeegee kid out there on the corner, who didn't have a father, man. You understand? Who ain't gonna be able to go to college, who ain't gonna be able to have a good career, man. Save that for that young sister who all she know how to do is twerk and get men attention, man. That's the only time she feel like she wanted. Save that love for her. Save that love for all these brothers that the only way they can get $1 to get something to eat is to sell this dope, man, that this devil didn't put out here on this street, man.
Right.
You understand? Save that for them. Don't worry about the war crimes that Russia is doing over there in Ukraine. Don't worry. I'm not saying that to be sympathetic to people, but I'm saying be sympathetic to your own people, your blood, your bone, your flesh. Be sympathetic to them first. You understand? Don't worry about the war crimes over there, man. Worry about the chemical warfare still being done to our people in the streets of Baltimore and Jamaica.
Right.
In the West Indies. You understand? Down in Mexico. Worry about Mexicans, man, and Puerto Ricans, man. Puerto Ricans who can't even go on their own beach, on their own island. Rich, wealthy devils then went down there and bought up all the land, you understand, made it private, and now they can't even launch boats, man, to make a living, to go fishing and get something to eat for themselves, man. They can only work in hospitality at some devil hotel, man. Poor and deprived, man. Oppressed and exploited. I have some sympathy for that, for them brothers down there, man. For them brothers over in Haiti, who done had sanctions done to them since the 1700s. Since the 1700s, England and America has been destroying the economy of Haiti, man. Bill Clinton went over there and was supposed to build $1 billion worth of houses. They built one house. Kept all the money and bounced.
Right.
Pray for them, brothers, man. Pray for them. Understand? I'll tell you something about this, man. Tell you something about this war, man. Because I see the propaganda machine of America is going strong, man. They bombed the Ukraine unprovoked. America just bombed Somalia 2 days ago. Unprovoked. You understand? Somalia ain't do nothing to America. Unprovoked. They over there bombing Yemen. Israel over there bombing Syria right now.
Right.
Unprovoked. There's no sanctions against Israel and the United States. You understand? NATO coming closer to Russia, strangling it, leaving it out there by itself. The West moving closer. Western ideals and Western money. What comes along with Western money comes Western problems. Maybe they don't want all their daughters on stripper poles. I don't know. Maybe they don't want their young men being pimps and drug dealers. I don't know. You understand? Some people don't like to live like that.
Right.
You understand? One devil or another devil, neither of them are better for us. I'm just saying, when Russia was over in Cuba and they was putting nuclear weapons over in Cuba, America had a sissy fit. Was about to destroy the whole world because somebody was on their borders threatening their national security. Well, ain't that what NATO was doing to Russia?
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you think Putin is the big bad devil, well, we better look right around. We better look right around, right around yourself.
Exactly.
You understand? Don't be a hypocrite. Because every goddamn time we gonna choose one devil or another. That devil was the monster, so let me, cozy up to this devil. They all devils.
Right.
They all do what they do. They take what they want through force or through subtlety. Force or subtlety. That's what they do. And I trust them to be them. That's all. You can't go around talking about one is the devil when the other one is worse. This devil you living with and been under all this oppression for all of this time, cooked like almighty. You can't just excuse, you understand them for their wickedness, their oppression, their murder, their barbarism, and look at some other devil and say, like, he worse. No, you got to save that love for your own people, man. You understand? These Americans over here, they have love for their people. They don't want to see, white bodies mangled. They don't want to see white folks suffering. I don't blame them. I'm tired of seeing my people suffer.
Right.
Those bomb buildings over there in the Ukraine, they look just like every ghetto project complex I've ever seen, ever lived in or been in. No different. Burned out buildings, trash everywhere. Shit, we got through it. Why can't they? It's that we don't like to see them suffering. But it's okay if we're suffering. It's okay if there's squeegee boards. If there's murders and death in our neighborhood, we're used to it. But we're not used to seeing them like that. Well, here you have white on white crime. They've been talking about black on black crime for years. You even kill yourself. Look at you. You don't talk about us. You killing yourself. They killing themselves. What's the problem? What's the problem? But we turn around and have all the empathy in the world. I bet you even sent money. There's a Negro out there that has sent money to the Ukraine. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I read a story this morning about a brother that plays professional basketball in the Ukraine.
Mm.
And the brother got stuck there.
Damn.
Teammates, coaches cut him off. Matter of fact, no, he was going to leave before all of this happened.
Right.
But they told him if you leave, you don't get paid. So the brother stayed there, and he was going to leave the day before the bombardment happened.
Right.
So when it happened, of course, black folks couldn't get on the train.
Right.
They told them, get off. Even the Africans. Even the Africans that were medical students in the Ukraine, they couldn't get on the train to go to the border of Poland and get out of the country. They had to get their people out first.
Right.
And I'm not saying this is unexpected, or of course they got their people out first.
Right.
Think they give a damn about us? Why would they? They've never shown any type of even the ability to see our humanity. Well, this brother is stuck over there. He's spending time in his apartment or down in the subway, in a bomb shelter in the subway. Ain't got nothing to eat. You understand? They haven't, given him any supplies, cut him totally off. His coaches and them said, his manager and them said they was going to send him a car so he could drive to the border. Never did. Brother stuck out there. His parents worried like crazy. But that's the condition that they leave us in every time. But we turn around and have so much emotion and so much love, it's insane. But why is all this going down? Anyways, how could this happen? You understand? Nobody expected Putin to go into that country. Now every brother is an expert on why they going in and why this war is happening, but couldn't even pick out the Ukraine on the map a couple of days ago. Check it. It's God's will. That's all it is. It's the Lord's will. And it's the Lord's will that it escalates. Why? Because it's just. It's just that war and strife and famine comes to this earth. Why? Because it was given into the hand of the wicked until their time is done. Let's pray that their time is done. I hear brothers say, America don't need another war. We don't need to go through another war. You know what that sounds like to me? We sick about.
Yeah, we sick about.
We sick about. We's in trouble about. That's what that sounds like to me. We don't partake in the spoils of this country. We are exploited here. We work between 40 and 70 hours every goddamn week, and all of our money go to other races of people. It does not go to help brothers, squeegee kids, and homeless kids on the street, mentally ill kids, kids on drugs. It doesn't go to help anybody in our neighborhood. Our tax money don't. It goes to white schools. It's why they have swimming pools and tech schools, and they can go camping for free and all of this type of mess, because we're paying the highest property taxes per capita. They're taking that money and they're funding these white schools, while the black schools are made to be dilapidated, underfunded. So you're going to find out who Satan, who the devil is, and what his fate is. All right? Let's get some scriptures. Let's move on. Yeah, just click over there.
Let's go.
All right. Satan. Let's move on.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12.
Read, brother.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Fallen angel. That's what the Christian church tell you this is talking about. Right? Some demon over there, some demon in the sky. There was an angel that turned grotesque and turned into Satan or something. They got kicked out of heaven and he fallen. That's what the Christian church say that this is. But we got to get the context of how Lucifer is fallen. Read on, brother.
Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Didst weaken the nations. This devil, this demon, this creature that has now been thrown out of heaven is under the ground, poking you with a pitchfork, and he weakened nations with this pitchfork. That's what the Christians would have you to believe. It's a lie, brother. It's a lie. In order to find out what this really means, we got to go to the beginning of the chapter. The whole chapter is talking about the same thing. The entire chapter of, Isaiah, the first chapter, is talking about the same exact thing. So go ahead to the next slide.
Come, sir. Let's go back up to 1.
So we're going to go to the front chapter and get the context of this. Go ahead with
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
The Lord will have mercy on Jacob. So the people that the Lord chose, he will have mercy on. What the hell has this got to do with fallen angels? We're going to find out. Read on.
And set them in their own land.
Set them in their own land. So the Lord is going to bless his people, forgive his people, turn his face back to his people, choose his people, love his people again. Well, he never stopped loving his people. It's just that the Lord punished his people. But this is a time of when the punishment has abated. The Lord going to take us and put us in our own land, give us our inheritance back. The whole Bible talks about how the children of Israel lost their inheritance. There's only one people on this earth that don't know who the hell they are, man. Read on, brother.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
So, is there going to be other people in the kingdom? Hell yeah. They're going to cleave to the house of Jacob. They're going to be with us in the kingdom when the Lord put us in our own land and give us abundance, give us riches, make us kings.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
We're going to take them. When you take them, you stranglehold them. You take their ability to be free, to do what they want. You understand? You take them. That's slavery. Read on.
And bring them to their place.
Bring them to their place. Read.
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
Possess them. A possession is slavery, oppression, exploitation. You understand? That's what's going to happen. What all of this got to do with fallen angels? You're going to see. Read on, brother.
In the land of the Lord, for servants and handmaids.
Read on.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
There it is.
And
so we gonna take them captives because they had us in captivity. Centuries. 5 centuries worth of oppression, slavery, exploitation, barbarism. 5 centuries worth of death. They kept us in, man. Well, guess what? We're going to have those people in slavery. They're going to build an empire for us off of their backs. And the Lord said, we're going to do it twice as long to them. That's justice.
Right.
What do all this have to do with fallen angels? We're going to find out. Read on.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
We're going to rule over the people who are exploiting and oppressing us. Read on.
Verse 3, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow.
And finally, black folk in America, the West Indies, all through Mexico, all through South America, in England, in France, all of us are going to finally have peace. Why? Because the devil is going to be subjugated. He's not going to be able to go out and rob, rape, and pillage every nation around him. Hold all the wealth. Keep all the wealth from everybody. There's not going to be people in Africa with big bloated bellies. Because the wealth is going to be distributed and fairly moved about the earth by us. We're going to bring in a new era of humanity. But these people, they're going to be on the bottom. They're going to fall. And that's what these wars are about. That's what they're about, man. This is how the changing of a kingdom takes place. You think these people got this kingdom by asking for it with roses and petals and dandelions? They murdered everybody.
Right.
Millions of Native American Indians on this continent they murdered, man. They changed the whole structure of the continent. They even killed all the buffalo. It was said off of one, group of buffalo, one herd of buffalo that would come through, it would shake the ground like a goddamn earthquake. There were so many buffalo. They killed everything to shake the continent how they would have it. Took power. Every city was built with blood and suffering and horror.
Right.
Rape and murder and barbarism was maintained that way with suffering and pain. That's the only way they know how to build a society, is to rob and to rape and to take. They're naturally wicked, man. But there's gonna come a time where they've been crushed into power. They come down to the earth and be destroyed and oppressed. Read on.
And from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve.
Gracious, man, it's been a hard one, man. You know, some black people was able to get in the house. You know what I mean, Muthum?
Right.
Some of them was able to get in the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Get in the house and eat the crumbs off the plate. You know, a lot of these football players, you're going to talk about that next week, right?
Right.
Right? That the NFL, the organizations are like a plantation.
Right, exactly.
Right? You want to speak a little bit on that?
Come.
And you want to speak a little bit on it?
What now?
You say something about it?
Oh, yeah. Well, just like you said, right, you know, the NFL Combine actually starts tomorrow. You know what I mean? And here we go again. You know, we always reminded in different situations of how we became. You know what I mean? That transatlantic slave trade is how we got to be in the position that we got to be in. And it's no different than, like I said, this NFL Combine that's starting tomorrow. Not to mention, you know, you got the NFL Draft coming up in April. You understand what I'm saying? So it's basically for our oppressor, the devil. He got another holiday coming up starting tomorrow. You understand? Because he going what does it say in the scripture? It says we are spoils. We are the other nation. We are the spoils of the other nation. You know what I mean? And this is how they take advantage of us. And we've been so deprived, you know, of the things that of our just simple needs, that we fall for the so-called transatlantic slave trade every year. Our brothers and sisters, we push our children into these positions because we think we getting the come up when it's actually our oppressor that's getting the come up. You understand?
You just always settle for whatever crumbs
they push off the table
off the table. Wow. So while you know the basketball and football players that you look up to so mightily, that you think getting paid so mightily, are getting paid crumbs. The owners are making billions and trillions, and all of the money that's being made by the contractors, the people who have the hot dog stands, the people who put the goal posters up, the people who ready the field, the people who do the construction, do the repairs, the people who put the technology all in the stadiums and put up the TVs and the big screens and the projectors, all of that. Those are companies, contractors that are generating and making millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, bro.
Right.
None of that gets funneled or go to the black community. None of that goes to black entrepreneurs and companies. None of it.
None of it.
Even though over 70% of the players are us. We can't even afford to be in a goddamn stand, bro. Let's read on.
Salakia, sir.
Yeah.
Before you hit that, you just said 70% of us are the players on the field, right?
Yeah.
And 75 to 80% of them are the agents.
Good.
You understand? So it's a reverse psychology.
Sure.
You understand? We generate all the money, but they receive all the money.
Ain't that a slave?
That's a slave right there.
A slave generates the wealth,
Right.
but the master benefits from it.
Exactly.
That's a slave master relationship.
Right.
We don't understand. We are so set on showing each other how much money we make.
Right.
Balling over each other. Riding through the projects in the Maybach.
Right.
Your Maybach and your yacht don't look nothing compared to theirs.
Right.
You can't even get in the same parking lot that they park in. You can't even be in the same marina that their yacht is parked in. Your little $1 million yacht compared to their $3-4 billion yacht.
Right.
You ain't balling. You just balling to the hood.
Right.
Read on, brother.
Verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
Thou shalt take up this proverb against this evil nation. Babylon, and I'm going to tell you straight out, is America. You know how we know? Babylon was a place where all races came together. If you know anything about the Bible. The Lord didn't want that. He confounded the language of all the people in the city to tear them apart quickly.
Right.
Why? Because he doesn't want all races coming together. Because the children of Israel always lose. Always. Whenever we come together, we are always the ones that are oppressed and on the bottom. The Lord's kingdom never wins when we join under another nation of people.
Right.
And the Lord do not want that. That's why he has never allowed us to come into America and mix in and be able to benefit from the evil of America. We've never benefited from it. We've always paid the price for it. Even though every movie director and movie actor is able to rape and pillage and go through every female and on the earth, you know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby couldn't do it.
Right.
R. Kelly couldn't do it. They go to jail. You understand? They go to jail. Maybe a few white moguls may go to jail, but not the big ones.
Right.
No, they send a little patsy to prison. They don't go to prison. You understand? That Jewish cat that killed himself supposedly. What was his name?
Not Weinstein, but Epstein.
Epstein that did all the raping.
Yeah.
You understand? He had to kill himself.
Right.
He knew too much. He knew too many heads of state.
They
Trump.
killed him.
He knew all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't into conspiracy theories. Did they kill him? Did he kill? They say he killed himself. I'll go with it. Either way he did.
Right.
He knew too much. You understand? That was big.
Right.
Bill, he went down by himself with himself. You understand? Nobody went down with him.
Right.
He couldn't tell him nobody. He took all the heat, all the beef, and he dealt with, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is, man. You know what I mean? Go ahead, brother.
How hath the oppressor ceased?
How has the oppressor ceased? What that got to do with fallen angels? Because this angel that's oppressing us, and this is a metaphor, is an evil, wicked individual. It's calling this an angel. It's a metaphor, and these individuals go by many metaphors. The red dragon, the serpent, many metaphors. The reason why it's trying to explain its character. You understand? You got to understand what the Bible is. Who wrote it? And why it's talking this way, why it's teaching this way. Because the truth is very important. You understand? This is a devil that has such elaborate machinations of how he destroys us, that he even hides it from us.
Right.
We don't understand that we're slaves and being destroyed. How we can drive a Ferrari and still be a slave. We don't get it. We have no power and influence over our own people, to influence our community, to do right or to do wrong. Real, brother.
The golden city ceased.
The golden city, Babylon. The golden city. Because they think that America's streets are paved with gold.
Right.
Everybody think that. That's what they say. That if you come here, you can make it. And there's opportunity here. You know what? It's a lot of gold and bluster and shine on the outside. But in the inside, it's full of lead.
Right.
And there's scriptures to tell you about that. I can tell you this, that this devil that destroys us night and day is going to, at some point, go to the same hell that he created for us.
Right.
And that's what these scriptures is talking about. Read on, bro.
Verse 5. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
The wicked was given rulership in this earth. When you talk about scepter, it's talking about the kingship, the rulership. It's talking about, a scepter is talking about their ability to rule. You understand? That's a scepter. A king's scepter is a half of, what can I say, gold pipe or stick that he may hold. And that scepter, that staff or scepter is something that signifies his rulership or ability to be king, his legitimacy to be a leader of a kingdom.
Right.
That's what that is, man. That scepter, that staff. You understand? So we're talking about wicked people that are in rulership.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Read.
He that ruled the nations in anger.
Good night. He that smote the nations continually. Look, this is a people that destroyed the 12 tribes of Israel continually. From slavery. They started off with murder, pillaging, and raping. Then it went to slavery. Then it went to sharecropping. Then it went to black codes. Then it went to lynching and hanging and murdering straight out. You understand? Then it went to redlining.
Right.
Then it went to mass incarceration. Then it went to a war on drugs. This is continuously. This is a continuous carry. A continuous beating, night and day. And not only physically, but spiritually, telling us that Christ is white. And you have to forgive everything that they've done to you. You have to love your master. They require of us a smile while we're being exploited.
Right.
While we're being oppressed. They require us, you understand, to have some appreciation for what they've done for us. Like they actually say you could be in Africa homeless right now. We brought you over here. Like we should have admiration for what they've done to our people.
Right.
The murder, the rape. It's insane, bro. but they have no inkling of understanding and respecting our humanity. They don't. They never will. Read on, brother.
He that ruled the nations in anger
Read.
is persecuted.
Is persecuted. That thing that's been ruling us and oppressing and exploiting us is now being oppressed and exploited. Are you understanding it a little bit now?
Right.
This is the devil, man. This is the wicked, the nation that is over everybody else on the face of the earth, specifically that are over the children of Israel. That are killing and murdering and constantly oppressing with a continuous stroke. They have now fallen from their heavenly state. Their state of heaven, of being on yachts, never having to pay an electric bill, never having to have any type of stress or worrying about being homeless or hungry. Never. Imagine having so much power where you can do anything. You can speed down the street, nobody gonna say nothing. And if they do, you got lawyers to deal with it. You can exercise any amount of ego that you want to, man.
Right.
Because your mother is the state's attorney. Your mother is the district judge. Your father is the police chief. So you can do what the hell ever you want to do. You have enough money to take care of everything, man. You never have to worry about nothing. You can't see nobody's humanity. So much wealth and prosperity, man. You can't see nobody else. Read on, brother.
And none hindereth. Verse 7. The whole earth is at rest
Read.
and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Good night. Read.
Verse 8. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee.
Good night.
And the
everybody going to finally have peace when these people have been fallen from their heavenly state. When they have fallen out of power, fallen out of wealth, and can no longer rape, rob, and pillage the earth.
right.
They have no more centrifuge weapons. They have no more intercontinental ballistic weaponry. They have no more M1 tanks and M16 carbines. They have no more of that. They are helpless and on their knees like they've had everybody else for centuries. And this is what's going down. The earth is in jubilation. Read on.
Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us.
Good night. These are the same trees that they speak about in Ezekiel. These are the same family trees, the same nations that they speak about. Even the nations are going to be happy when this devil is out of power, man. When he can no longer threaten the earth with his nuclear weapons. Look, man, the United States always talking about some Arab country or foreign country using nuclear weapons. There is only one country that has actually used nuclear weapons on other people.
Right.
On other nations of people. On people, women and children. Only one. That's the United States of America. They went over to Japan and they bombed every city with conventional weapons.
Right.
Everyone. They bombed it with bombs that incinerate or incite. What is that they use? That caused fire. It caused a lot of fire because Japan, their homes were built of wood. What is it called? hit, they broke everything out into fire. But anyway, I get the name for it. But anyway, every city was bombed except Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They left those cities alone. They left those cities completely alone. And the people of Japan thinking, well, these are safe cities that we can go to. They sent the women and the children to these cities. And then the United States dropped Fat Man and Little Boy on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Both atom bombs, which are not as powerful as the nuclear, thermonuclear weapons they had today, but you know what it did to all the women and children that went to those cities thinking that they were safe, that the United States was not bombing those cities? Vaporized them. They're like a shadow in the concrete. The atom bomb was so hot it melted them into the concrete. I mean, this devil is so dastardly, man.
Right.
As for them to think that their anti-aircraft weapons is keeping the Americans away. So they'll send all their women and children to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and then they go drop the atom bomb, knowing that those women and children are dead. That's not a war crime. But we talking about Putin, right?
Right.
Come on, go ahead, brother.
Verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming.
This is a beautiful scripture. This is a scripture of renown. This could not. Everybody should know this scripture, man. This brings it all into context for us, man. Read it again, my brother.
Verse Isaiah chapter 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. The hell that you created for me, all the imaginations that you imagine to destroy us, the redlining, the lynchings, the murders, the barbarism, the dope in our communities, the crack, to go to the pleasure points in your brain and make you just want it and want it and want it till you rob your mother, your uncle, your aunt, till you have sex with a dog to get it.
Right.
That hell that you imagine and that you designed for me is beckoning you, is calling you. It's waiting for thee. That hell is coming for you. You understand? Beckoning for you. Everything that you desired, everything that you stole, everything that you imagined doing to black people in America, is that hell, that life that you created and designed for millions upon millions of black people to be destroyed in, is now waiting for you. It's going to meet you at your coming. Read on.
It stirreth up the dead for thee.
Stirreth up the dead for thee. The dead. Who's the dead? It stirreth up the dead. Who's the dead? We dead. We the dead, man. We dead out here in these streets, man.
Right.
We don't know what the hell is going on, man. We dead until we get the word of the Most High. And we follow the commandments of the Most High. That's life. That's the breath of life. And while you on your way down to hell, while Putin and Biden and all of them is on their way down to hell, they stirring up the dead.
Right.
We waking up. We waking up. And we saying something wrong with this picture. We shouldn't be living like this. We look at the neighborhoods in Ukraine that's been bombed and destroyed and shelled, and we say, God damn, that look like Baltimore in the 90s. That look like Fred Projects. That look like Murphy Homes.
Right.
God damn, we've been in a war all that time. We're going to get some more. Read on.
Even all the chief ones of the earth.
Read on.
It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Raised up for their thrones all the kings of the nations, man. This is a worldwide event that's happening, man. All of these people that are on top, all of these people that are exploiting and taking and oppression everybody else, they're going to be put in a hellish state that they designed for the children of Israel.
Right.
They're now going to be at the bottom and be made to make and design and to work and to build a kingdom for the greatest people that have ever been created and chosen by the Most High.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 10, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we?
Wow. Imagine your boss having problems paying his gas and electric. Your boss unable to send his children to private school. Your boss having problems like, I got a flat tire and I don't have no way to get it fixed. I don't have no way to get to work. You understand?
Right.
My son got locked up and I don't have nobody to help or to get him out of jail. I don't know why he would do that. He ain't had no clothes. He was being picked on at school. He just made a mistake.
Right.
He tried to steal something to get some tennis to not be cracked on so bad.
Right.
And then now I can't get him out.
Right.
Your boss is now going to have problems like that. They're not going to be able to pay their rent. You understand? When their paycheck gets messed up for a week, 1 or 2 days, you know, when you went to your boss and said, they didn't pay me all my money, it got messed up. Can you help me get this straightened out?
Right.
Well, just use your savings. You be okay till they'll pay you next week. You understand? Just use your savings. I don't have any savings. I'm living paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
They can't understand that. Well, guess what? They gonna have that problem.
Right.
I didn't get all my money to use your savings. Call your daddy. He can loan you $1. I don't have anybody. Everybody I know need help.
Right.
That's the type of situation we've been living in. They're going to have to live in that situation. You understand?
Right.
But they can't handle it. They're going to be jumping off of buildings. You know what I'm saying? You take the wealth away from them people, they jump off buildings. They don't have the type of resolve we have, man.
Right.
But we're going to find out Read on, brother.
Art thou become like unto us?
And thou become like unto us, unruly in the streets. I need to eat. I don't care about anybody else. I need to eat. No brotherhood. Constant poverty. Generational poverty. Not generational wealth. Generational poverty. That's something they can't understand. Being poor beyond poor. Where there's no help. Seeing a supermarket full of food across the street, but having no access to it. That's a situation they can't understand. But it's going to happen.
Right.
It's going to happen. It's prophecy. Read on.
Isaiah 14 and verse 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials.
Look, this is talking about how far they're going to fall. How in debt. How they're going to be such a low, disgusting slave. Where everybody going to look at them in disgust.
Right.
Read on.
The worm is spread under thee.
The worm that eats your body. That goes through the marrow of your bones. And partakes in, and that's the only thing that benefits from your disgusting life and death is that worm.
Right.
You understand? Because your master has taken everything else, even your life. That's how we live for centuries. Being taken, everything taken from us. Well, that's how the oppressor is going to live. That's him being kicked out into hell.
Right.
From his heavenly state on the earth. Ain't talking about no creature under the ground. Read on.
And the worms cover thee. Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Now we there. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? We know that this is not talking about an angel of God.
Right.
This is a metaphor, a parable that's explaining a people that are in a heavenly state, that are powerful, untouchable. They're going to fall. They're going to be kicked out of their heavenly state, never to return again. How do we know this to be the truth? Read on.
Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Read.
Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
Goddamn right. These people think they the Most High. They so high-minded, and they looking down so far through their nose at Negroes in the ghetto. We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing about God and prophecy. They can't even hear us. They say we hateful on the corner. We don't hate no damn body. We hate the crimes that they commit against our people.
Right.
But we've studied the prophecies of this Bible. We've studied and looked at, and we have felt the machinations of the things these people dream up and make up to destroy us. And brother, it is powerful. It is powerful. And when we say the devil, we mean it. These people are the devil.
Right.
They are the devil, man. That's what the devil does. A devil not only weakens you and puts you in a dilapidated state, man, but they create situations for you to do it to yourself.
Right.
We murder each other. Why? Poverty. Poverty and jealousy. Because we allow this devil to convince us to join in and act like he acts. So we act like Scarface and what's the Jew that created Las Vegas?
Oh,
His hitman.
I forgot, but you talk about like Meyer
Scarface
Lansky,
and
Meyer
Lee
Lansky.
and Meyer Lansky and all of that. That's why rappers name themselves after these people.
Beanie Siegel.
And Beanie Siegel to bring on the spirit of these people.
Right.
We're acting white. Gang banging is acting white. That's
Right.
what it is. That's not our culture. We're acting like them. The gangbangers were the purple gangs, the Italians, the Jewish people, the Jewish man. They created and came up with all of that evil, man. We ain't no damn gangbangers.
Right.
We toddlers. We out here fighting over street corners named after white people. Street corners we don't own.
Right.
To get money that has their faces on it. Come on, man. How dumb is that?
Right.
Wait a minute, we in Isaiah 1.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 13. Second part.
We at 13. Matter of fact, I want to get right to the point. What is it, Isaiah 1 and 14?
Isaiah chapter 14.
Oh, chapter 14.
We at the 13th verse.
I'm going to get the verse. We have the 13th verse.
Right.
Give me 1 second. Make it work a little bit. There was one specific that I want.
Prepare slaughter.
No, not that one. Now on the congregation, I will send a love gift. They that see me. No, let's go down to 16. Let's just get right to the point. Let's go
Okay.
down to 16. This is right in the same chapter. We just gonna skip over like 3 verses so we can go right to the point because we was late anyway.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 16.
Go ahead, brother.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee.
All right, so in the future, this fallen angel, this so-called fallen angel, you understand? When people see that fallen angel that y'all say, that fallen angel, people gonna narrowly look upon it. They're gonna narrowly just glance upon it. Because at this time, it's going to be nothing. It's not the powerful heavenly state that it was in. It's nothing. It's a bum, a slave, a servant, a nothing. People will narrowly look upon it. Read on.
And consider thee, saying, is this the man?
Is this the what?
Is this the
Is
man?
this the man? This is a goddamn man. This ain't no demon under the ground. This ain't no angel. This is talking about a man that was kicked out of his heavenly state. More specifically, a nation of people that was toppled from power. Is this the man? And they've been toppled from power so much that in the future we're going to narrowly look upon them because they're going to be nothing. Read on.
That made the earth to tremble.
This is the man that made the earth to tremble, man, with his centrifuge weapons, intercontinental ballistic missiles, his M1 tanks, man. Come on, bro. His laser weapons, his drones with lasers and missiles and nuclear tipped
Right.
torpedoes. Come on, bro. Read on.
That did shake kingdoms.
And did shit king. And this is the man that man shook kingdoms. He had that power. Well, here, he has no power. Read on.
Verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof.
Made the world a wilderness, man. Look, this cat goes into any country he wants. Went into Iraq because he said they had nuclear weapons, or they might have nuclear weapons and they have chemical weapons. And they tried to kill his father. His father, George Bush, said that.
Right.
Was he 42nd president of the United States? They tried to kill my father. That's why he destroyed Iraq for 20 years. Stole all their oil, destroyed their cities, and bombed them into the Stone Age.
Right.
He hadn't done anything to America. And at the end of the day, they didn't even have any chemical weapons. But America does. America feeds these chemicals to blacks and Hispanics every day. Every goddamn day they do it. Without fail or interruption.
8:30.
You know what I mean? Okay. So we got that. We got that out the way. We know that that angels do not fall. Angels don't come out of rank with the Most High.
Right.
All right? Angels are in sync with the Most High. They are the Most High's warriors. They don't fall from anywhere. Nobody challenges the Most High. Nobody. The angel Lucifer does not challenge the Most High. He is not in opposition to the Most High. If evil is done to you anywhere, if you die, somebody break your leg, break you in two, that was the Most High.
Right.
That wasn't Lucifer, the angel. We're going to prove that. We're going to go through that real quick. All right? Let's go to the next slide. Let's get to the slide about Job. We can skip the other one. Let's go to Job. We ain't got enough time. One about
We'll go Dante's Inferno.
yeah, skip through that.
Okay.
Go to Job.
Okay, got you.
Let's say Job. Let's get busy on the Job.
Job, chapter 1, verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to the present Salakia. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord.
Alright, so all the sons of God is talking about the angels. You got to look at the context. Sons of God could be the children of Israel. Alright, but in this case, it's talking about the angels. All the angels came to present themselves to the Most High. This is a meeting where all the angels tell the Most High what they have been doing. This is a council. You understand?
Right.
Read on.
And Satan came also among them. Verse 7. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence cometh thou?
Look, the Lord said unto Satan, which is one of his angels, where the hell are you coming from? And he's going to answer. This is not an adversary of the Most High. You understand? He's not evil to the Most High. Lucifer, the angel, well, he's evil to you. He'll do evil to you because the Most High tells him to. But he's not evil or in any conflict with the Most High. He's at a meeting. The Most High is telling him what to do. Read on.
Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
So basically, Satan is saying, man, I'm in the earth. I'm doing everything you told me to do. I'm up and down it. I'm checking everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm tempting everybody. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Read on.
Verse 8. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job?
Look, he went to Satan and say, you see Job over there? Why the hell you ain't doing something about Job? You know what I'm saying? Job over here worshiping the Lord, following all the commandments. Ain't nothing happening to Job. Why you ain't causing this destruction in Job's life? You know what I'm saying? Consider Job. Go test him. Prove him.
Right.
Make sure he really loves me. And he'll follow these commandments no matter what comes into his life. Read on.
That there is none like him in the earth.
He said there's none like Job. Read on.
A perfect and upright man.
A perfect brother. Upright. Why? Read on.
One that feareth God.
Go ahead.
And escheweth evil.
Read.
Verse 9. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doeth Job fear God for naught?
Doeth Job fear God for naught? Why? The Lord protected him. Got a hedge over him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Job is doing his thing. That's how the Lord rewards you. But the Lord got to test you. It's the reason the Lord tests you is that you could be phony. You know what I'm saying? You will roll with somebody when the times is good, but when the time is bad, you still won't ride.
Right.
The Lord like to know. So he put Satan on you to prove you. Read on.
Verse 10. Has not thou made an hedge about him?
Read.
And about his house, and about all that he hath on every side?
It's the devil talking back to the Most High. He said, you protecting him. How the hell I'm going to roll up on him if you protecting him? Go ahead, what the Lord said.
Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance in increase in the land. Verse 11. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. Verse 12. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Most High.
Good night. So the Lord had to take his hedge off of Job for Satan, for Lucifer, and go ahead and deal with him, man. And that's what you got to understand. Lucifer ain't doing a goddamn thing that the Most High don't want done to you.
Right.
Understand that. The one you should fear is the Most High. You understand? Lucifer ain't doing a goddamn thing that the Most High ain't allowed him to do.
Right.
That's what we gotta understand. And your Christian preachers tells you to be afraid and watch out for Satan. Lucifer, the hell with Lucifer. Give a goddamn about Lucifer. I'm worried about the Most High. I better do what the hell the Most High say, or something going to definitely happen to me. Lucifer can be defeated. The Most High cannot. So understand there is a difference between Lucifer and the devil. There is a context. You understand? The devil is the white man.
Right.
He works for Lucifer. He works for Lucifer, man. He tests us. Put obstacles in front of us to destroy us, man. Put dope in our communities to tempt us.
Right.
Look, we late. We get ready to get up out of here. Much love and respect, Israel. You understand? I'm going to bring up my man. I'm going Sister Victoria, and we gonna end this out, man. Anybody got any questions, put them in now, or we ending it out. One time, correct. That's right. Yeah, right.
All right. Excellent class. All right. Security announcements. We are Isupk out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. When a new brother or sister comes into new rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the word. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. It means 10th in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. A tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, a free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, up in upcoming Holy Convocation. We got the Passover coming in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Get your flights ready, get your tickets ready, get everything ready, get your garments ready, get suited and booted. It's going to be a glorious time. You understand? Up and coming Holy Convocation. Remind Akim Akwapian to check on social media, such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for Isupk events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarf. And with that, we will give one courtesy salute to the teacher, then Israel, Majim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shimi Habashabarakathah,
Yahweh Shema Shabarakathum.
Yahweh Batah, class dismissed.
Oh, my keys to water. The water. Where did I put it?
Trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed so packed, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues for this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed.